homemade traditional Peruvian dessert, alfajores, basket of ham, beef, turkey, veggie gourmet sandwiches. Call Giveaways Catering, phone number 778-245-3007. Welcome to the Immigrants Magazine's program. I am Fabiola Palomino, your host. In our previous episode, Effat Mirnia told us about her memories from her country, Iran, and also she describes herself as an immigrant. On this episode, she's talking about her art. And I tell you something. When I was reading her biography, her profile, she said that painting, writing, and poetry became a form of release for her. Sometimes a sequence of our lives could be hidden, could be reflected in a painting. This interview is going to be full of colors and canvas. Effat Mirnia's interview, second part.
As I said, when I came to Canada, already I had my Bachelor of Art and Designing. But getting involved to learn new language, new society, new life, I forgot that and I changed my path actually. Work in different paths to support myself and my children in future, which they born and raised in Montreal. But when they got established in life, finished their studies and start their own life, almost 10 years ago, I just turned to my art again, and I had the chance to practice my art, and I'm really, really happy I did that. Whatever happened in your life, eventually, as they say, it's a circle of life, you go back to your dream again, because my dream was from childhood to be really famous artist and to express my feeling through my art and show the color of my mind, art, the soul through the art, and I'm really happy I'm doing that. And I haven't reached to my goal yet to be that popular, but I'm trying my best to enjoy and then do my job as an artist, also show my feeling and express the people's feeling through the arts. Sometimes it's happiness, sometimes it's missing family, sometimes missing country, and the most of things which I miss to be among my people and just help them. But it doesn't mean you forget people. Doesn't matter where you live, you feel you have to express your feeling for the people around you in any country and help them through that. I have lots of art actually I have donated for example, children in Iran or children in school, underprivileged schools here, to sell it and just spend for children. Just express my feeling. Mostly is about people. They have to live in the moment and just have a happiness in that moment and cherish it. Orange. Orange. Orange means happiness. Orange means bubble of, all those memories comes out from my mind and just shows how happy I am right now, which I have accomplished so many things about my children, myself, and I can take credit about my children because they are smart enough themselves, but as a mother, I have been beside them all my life and supported them, and I will do again. That makes me happy, and those orange comes out, which I have done something positive in this world and helping people. Then the orange comes out, orange, yellow, nice color, bright color is, it comes from my mind and my heart. That's the happiness. Well, life is always ups and downs, as people say. For me, it has been climbing from Rocky Mountain very different levels, sometimes very up, sometimes very down. So I make myself busy to forget about all those, incidents in life, which it happens for everyone. Life is changing around the world, we can see that. It doesn't matter if we live here or outside in our own country, but still life changes. So release from all those incidents in my life. And writing make me to remember, because I'm writing my life actually, to remember who I was, what I was doing, especially how useful I am in any society. So that makes me release from all those, which captured my mind sometime, because we always go back to the past to think, I should have done this, I should have done that, or maybe I did wrong, but then realize which we didn't know better. In that moment, we knew that much. And life changes, and the incidents is just like, sometime is bankruptcy, sometime it's just, you establish your life and lose that, and sometimes recession, which because of that we moved from Montreal here. And those are the things actually life dramatically changes. And then as we learn always, we have to stand up and just establish our life again. No matter what, and accept our life in this moment, whatever it is, and cherish it. Well, for me, nothing is missing, because I have been aged lots, that's one thing. I have been more mature, and I have many knowledges about different cultures. Because we are living in multicultural country, and Canada's multicultural policy allows us to practice our own identities and culture, and then we have the same time common citizenship with the society. And I see myself how much I have grown, and I have many privileges learning all these knowledges I have, and I'm involved with the people's life. And even though in my hometown we were always host of foreigners because of my father's job, I was familiar with the different cultures and different people from around the world, but I can see myself how comfortable I am in this country, and how, because at the beginning it was scary to come to a new country, new life, and start from zero. And right now, I'm really comfortable. I see myself, I'm just adjusted well in this country, and I can work in many organizations. I can be the same as the Canadian and other cultures. So yeah. Well, as I learned from my parents, first of all, when you fall on the ground, don't let your knees touch the ground. Otherwise, you cannot stand up. That's one thing we learned. And the other thing is just, take charge of your life. Between life and death is just one moment. The time you are on top of the mountain and you're going to fall, you can take charge of your life and just save your life. When you're coming down, just calm down slowly and think about your life in future and start over, because I have done that many times. So for me, it comes easily to adjust to new life. Even I know people are bringing example how you can tolerate life which is completely different from life you had in Iran. I think it is in our mind, in our soul. We can adjust to any situation. When I talk to newcomer immigrants, refugees, I talk about my own life first. And I bring example, and I give them hope to understand it is really easy if we take charge of our own life. in that moment, and we can do anything we want and we wish and accomplish our dreams.
We were saying that happiness is a state of mind. Finally, to be happy is a choice. Living in peace and happiness with Pooja Ruprell next.
Hello again and welcome to our segment on living in peace and happiness. Last time we spoke about what is happiness. I'm going to touch a little about how we can achieve this so-called happiness. There are many ways, and I'll refer to my personal example. I started practicing Buddhism, this was 18 years back, because I was unhappy. Most of the times we find, all of us, we look for a spiritual path because we're seeking happiness or we're seeking peace, right? And that was my life experience too. I turned to Buddhism because I was going through a very tough phase in my life and I was very, very unhappy. And I latched on to Buddhism to help me feel happy. And initially when I started practicing this philosophy, and I practice it more as a life philosophy. To me, it's not a religion. I was born a Hindu. I studied in a convent and I loved going to church. I still do. And then I encountered Buddhism and I started to practice Buddhism. And for me, it's more, like I said, a life philosophy. So when I first started practicing it, I remember all my prayers, every time I sat down to pray, were about things like, I didn't have a car at that time, so I would pray, can I have a car? Of course, then I wanted a promotion, and then I wanted to move to Canada. I moved to Canada, and then again I wanted a job. It was never ending. I wanted a home, I wanted the best schools for my kids. So there was always something that I was wanting materially, to which I had attached my happiness. But like I said, that was never ending. There'll always be something that I want. But does that mean that in the moment when I'm not getting it or when I'm striving towards it, I am unhappy and I'm disturbed? I didn't like that feeling. So I tapped into my Buddhist practice to really be at peace within. And I'm not saying I gave up my goals. I love my car, I love my job, I like all the material things and the comforts they bring me, but I didn't like the feeling that when I did not have something that I wanted, that unrest that it created within me, I did not like that feeling. So I made a choice of, even as I'm striving towards a particular goal, I'm going to find it within me to be still calm, peace and happy, to enjoy the journey irrespective of how long it takes me to get to my destination, because the moment I reach destination A, I've barely enjoyed it for a day and I'm already thinking of destination B or what is the next thing that I want. So personally for me, I tapped into my practice of Buddhism to help me be happy. I chanted, I met friends within the community, studied with them. The other thing I also did was I enjoyed journaling. So I remember hearing about an experience where this girl spoke about something called a negativity journal. So she spoke about how every time she felt negative, she poured that negative emotion, whether it was anger, upset, the complaint, the grudge, onto a sheet of paper as a means to let it leave her, so that she could then feel calmer and more peaceful. And I started to do the same thing. I found over a period of time that that negativity journal also started to become a gratitude journal, because as I kept letting the negative emotions go and I became stronger, the negativity started to take longer to hit me. And because the negativity was not hitting me as quickly and as much as it was in the past, I started to experience gratitude for the little and the big things in my life, and that to me also became a practice. And of course, we've all heard about The Secret. It kind of made famous the attitude of gratitude, but I started to write 5 points every day about things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes it was just a little thing, like at the moment, it's really hot. So if I could have some little bit of rain, that would make me feel grateful. And I try to make that a practice. Some days, of course, I forget. I'm not saying I'm able to do it every day, but I try to stay in the gratitude zone, the appreciation zone, where I say thank you for everything that comes across my way. The experiences, even the unpleasant ones sometimes, because they contribute to my learning and growth. So there are many, many different ways to strengthen ourselves, because that's what it's all about. When we get stronger within, when we get wiser, we get calmer, then happiness is inevitable, right? It's a state of the mind. It has nothing to do with which car I drive, or how many friends I have, or where I'm going, which fancy restaurant I'm going for dinner. Some people like to meditate, some people do yoga, some people journal. There are different paths to the same destination. We just have to find the right one, the perfect one for us, because the same thing's not going to work for everybody. It's different strokes for different folks. Thank you, everybody, and see you next time.
On the internet, you can find many interesting facts about Iran. Let me tell you two of them. The most popular sport in Iran is soccer. The national team has won the Asian Cup 3 times and played in 3 World Cup final competitions. And the last one, many Iranians consider yogurt a miracle food. Why? Because it's used to treat ulcers and relieve sunburn. Talking about Iran, in your country, my country segment, Iran.
تویی تو که می‌تپی به نبض این رهایی تو فارغ از وفور سایه هایی بازم که جز تو جهان من حقیقتی ندارد تو می‌روی که ابر غم ببارد به سمت ماندنت راهی نمی‌شوی چرا گاهی ستاره هدیه کن به مشت پوچ شب‌ها شمرده تر بگو با من حروف رفتنت تا من بگیرم از دلت همه بهانه ها را شومم آرامشم تویی به هر ترانی سر میکشم تویی سر اضافه کن به فهم آسمان توی بیا که بی تو من همه دو صد خزانه بگذار بگویم که از سراب این و آن بریدم من از آتش ترانه آفریدم به سمت ماندنت راهی نمیشوی چرا گاهی ستاره ندیه کن به مشت پوچ شبها شمرده تر بگو با من حروف رفتنت تا من بگیرم از دلت همه بهانه ها را شوقم آرامشم تویی به هر ترانی سر میکشم تویی سر اضافه کن به فهم آسمان شوقم آرامشم تویی به هر ترانی سر میکشم تویی بیا که بی تو من همه 200 خزانه جاری شد سپردمت به جاده های رها به عمق باران به روح آینه ها آییم سراحت کهنه تازه شده ببین به چشمت زوال خاطر را منو این بی زبانی به راهی بی نشانی فرزم کن ستاره‌ای بر بام ترانه گفتن فرزم کن جوانی بیزار از خزانه خفتن سپردمت به جاده های رها به عمق باران به روح آینه ها ماییم و سراحت کهنه تازه شده ببین به چشمت زوال خاطر را کاش جانم از قطارش آرزوی منو
It must be very hard to start your life again with two daughters, as Effat Mirnia did in 1983 when she came to Canada. And remember what she said? She said that he had to learn French in Montreal and do many things to survive. It's a big lesson for all of us, no doubt. Thanks, Effat, for sharing with us your amazing story. We're on Facebook, I'm on Twitter.
Problemas de relaciones interpersonales, separación, divorcio, problemas con niños, adolescentes y adultos.
Soy la doctora Yolanda Montoya, soy Clinical Counselor y mi teléfono es el 604-861-1071.
آسمانی نمی‌شناسم تا تو سرگرم روزگاری از نفس بی تو می‌هراسم رد شو از خواب لحظه هایم دیده شو عاشقانه تنهاست ره سپارم به سویت اما جاده لبریز سوز سرما